What's up, everybody? We just ended day one. It's dark out. I think it's like March 10th, April 10th, April, not March. I think it's Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. So this is my first day back on, and even though I tell myself, expect the worst, so you're not disappointed, I made a mistake of going to bed last night thinking everything was going to be fine when I went back to work today. But even bigger news, I'm now officially homeless and I live in the truck. So, I was off for 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so today's Thursday, not Wednesday. And I moved everything I own into storage. And the rolling hotel is in storage. The freezer was frozen, so there's nothing I could do but put a towel in there, so it'll be nice and moist in the RV whenever I go back to it. I left the window and the vent and the roof open in the storage place. I put a cover over my truck because the Florida sun destroys all. Nothing survives the summertime Florida sun. It is brutal. But I then got a ride from the storage place back to my truck, which was by Shipwreck Island, where I always park it, which was a whole nother problem. So I parked it there. I put a note in the window, and I saw new signs up in the parking lot. And the new sign said, Shipwreck Island, parking only. Shipwreck Island's a water park. Big abandoned parking lot right there next to it. But apparently this year they changed, because I guess they're opening this weekend. So I said, this isn't good. So I talked to the guy, the property manager that told me I could park there, who has nothing to do with Shipwreck Island. He's with the other property owner. So I could park there. So there's no time off of this truck. So I get home. I left a note in the window just in case, because that's what he said to do, in case he needed me to move it. Mario, the property owner, not Shipwreck Island, because he said Shipwreck Island doesn't own that parking lot. So the note had my number in the window. I get a call about 3 hours after I get home, and it's like, hey, this is Bill from Shipwreck Island. Your truck's in our lot. We need you to move it immediately. That was the voicemail. So I'm like, what the F? So I told the property manager guy that lets me park there, Mario. He said he only owns half the lot. He doesn't own the whole lot. I'm like, well, where's the line? It's a big empty parking lot. So just move it to the end. I move it to the end. There's 4 other big rigs there. A camper and a gooseneck F350 Polar parked there. So I go through this whole process. I'm not getting paid for any of this, of course, on my day off. 3 hours home, just want to relax. Thank God I wasn't boozing. And I had to move the truck a big loop and then move it over to the end of the lot. I parked it there. I left the same note in the window, and then my nerves were just shot because I was like, man, they're gonna tow it. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, who's telling the truth? Is Mario telling the truth that he doesn't own the end of the lot? Is Shipwreck Island telling the truth that they own the whole lot? So this went on for 2 days of my nerves just being shot on my days off, wondering if the truck's gonna get towed, and it's not even my truck, it's Schneider's. So in the meantime, between all that, I packed all my stuff up, and now I am living in the truck. And today went horrendous as usual. I set my electronic supervisor to give me my first work orders around 7 a.m., 7 a.m. I slept next to it in the truck here with the volume on because it'll send an alert when you get a new work order. I'll say like, new pre-assignment received. So I had it next to me so I could hear it go off in the middle of the night. Never heard it go off. So even though I set it for 7 a.m., I got up at 7 a.m. and there was nothing. Finally by 8:30 there was an order, and then another order came through. What really pissed me off is as I'm looking through these 2 orders, so I already have an empty trailer with me. I'm now leaving my home to go drop off the empty trailer, get a loaded trailer, drive that loaded trailer to a destination, which is Louisiana, where we are. The trip planner, which you're supposed to put in your piss breaks, your lunch break, any extra time, like if you know it's a bad location that's going to take an hour to do something, you put that spacer in there in the trip planner. I looked at the trip planner. Not only did I have that route in there, I had another route after that already preloaded as well. So I had 2 routes for the day, well, into tomorrow. They both already said going to be late for your appointment. So meaning the final destination when I reached there, I was going to be late. This is without me even putting any brakes in, without even touching it. So that started my day off real great. So I just said, you know what? I'm not going to make these routes on time. Why even worry? So that's how it's been since 7 a.m. And now it's almost 8 p.m. and we're at a Petro, and sunset was at, I don't even know what sunset was at. I think 6:40. So I got a headache now. So I pulled in about 7 p.m. into the Petro and been driving in circles like an idiot because there's no spots. And here we are again with the anxiety because I saw some tracks in the field behind the Petro. It's grass, flat field. There's tracks from people parking here. There was no one parking here yet because there's still a couple parking spots that are the reserved parking spots that you have to pay for. As for standard parking spots, none left at all. And it is now dark. Right at the point where it was almost impossible for me to see backing up, I said, you know what? Let me take a quick park here on the side and look into this field and see if people really been parking here. Oh yes, there was tracks. I walked it. There was no pipes or nothing to be worried about. So I backed in, and now I am parked in the Petro in an illegal, technically an illegal spot on the grass. As soon as I pulled in, 2 other truckers that came around have also now pulled in with me, which makes me feel a little better, but that's not going to stop Petro from coming out and banging on the door and saying you got to move. So I'm in my 10-hour sleep mode, and if I disturb that, then I got to wait another 10 hours to drive again. So the nerves will be going tonight as I await to see if someone bangs on the door. Hopefully no one will bang on the door and wake me up. We've begun preparing dinner. So here we are with dinner. The usual disposable bag to put the food in. What do we have? Some tasty Bruce's yams. And, oh yeah, Double Q. Double Q's pink salmon. So I plan on drinking the yam juice, which is deliciously sweet. I have my, it's not Arizona, it's actually grape Mio that I've just put in with water, ketchup, and in the back there you can see hidden the mayonnaise. So we're gonna have some of that. So voila, there it is. Tuna mixed with mayo, yams without the juice that I just drank. There was a bunch of fish juice in here, which I just dumped into my empty Diet Coke bottle, which I will dispose of. The entire camper smells like fish now. I must get some pepper from up here. We have some pepper to put in there. And you know what? What the hell? Why don't we put some olive oil in there too? Mix all that right on in. Alright, perfectly mixed up. Just like tuna fish. My hands in the way as usual. I did get a drive cam that I have to set up, like a dash cam. So now there's tuna fish on me and my pajamas. And a couple days that'll smell real good. But yep, it's not a bad dinner. Not a bad dinner at all. I like it. keeps me healthy, not too much salt. But so that's what's going on. So I now live in the truck, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.